on what it's set up for. Some Class D goes right down to the surface, and some of it stops it at 2,000. So you could duck underneath it, but even ducking underneath it, you'd be stupid if you didn't talk to them. So.
Yeah, just a quick heads up, we are using in-game multiplayer, not join FS, so set it to all players. I've just spoke to Ben, he is joining us, he's just got nipped out for a quick fag. I just asked him what sim he's using.
Which server?
North Europe.
North Europe, okay.
North Europe, yeah.
North Europe, and we have to be on...
Can I do that without coming out of the
I don't think you can, mate, unfortunately, no.
North Europe, what are the settings? All players?
So it's all players, and then traffic up to you if you want to see other traffic. And then weather, I've got live weather, but I'm going to fly during the day, so I can see the scenery.
Oh, we can't do live weather, can we? Because it'll crash, won't it?
It's all right. It's been all right for me. The last 10 flights I've done, it's been fine for me.
Oh, okay.
For me also, I always
right.
live weather. And if I see the start with the temperature rising to 200 degrees, I change to some clouds.
Yeah.
So do I need multiplayer?
Multiplayer to all players.
All players.
And make sure in your North Europe server, top right.
Top right.
Okay, I'm loading on RAM 3.1.
North Europe, yep.
I'm in 29 gate.
Okay. We are doing Para 1G3 seat?
Yeah. Okay. Para 1G, yeah. To G12, YNN, AGH, SKP.
Okay, runway 3.1.
Yeah.
Okay. Noor is not joining?
Sorry?
Noor is joining?
I don't know. He hasn't said whether he is or not. Vincent was going to, but he emailed me and said he can't, so unfortunately. Yeah. Right, let's start that recording.
Good evening.
Good evening. You all right, Martin?
Hi.
Yeah, I'm fine.
How are you?
Good.
Evening.
Right, that's all set up and working. That's recorded. Yes. Awesome. Right, that's done. Set that up. That's done. Charts up.
What did you fancy for a flight level today then?
I've set it at 230.
Okay. I'll go 250 then.
It's a really funny SID, that.
Yeah, it's because they're trying to get altitude
right.
in a safe area before they turn you towards the mainland.
Yeah.
I guess.
Right now.
That's what I think.
Evening.
Evening, Ben.
Evening.
Hi.
Evening.
You recovered from last night, Ben?
Have I recovered from last night? That was chaos, wasn't it?
Oh, it was mental. We did Berlin to Gatwick. because I thought it'd be a good idea because there's a lot of controllers on in that area and all the way across. It looked like there was an event on, so there was like 50 planes all trying to take off from Berlin. So it took us about an hour and 40 minutes for me to literally get clearance to take off because there were so many people in front of me and landing and everything. Yeah, it's good though. It's fun, but bloody hectic.
Yeah, very much so.
We've got lots of direct twos via the keeping to our flight plan and changing altitudes and yeah. And then Gatwick, Ben had a fun time at Gatwick. I'll let you explain that, Ben.
Oh, yeah. Well, so there was this guy flying as an EasyJet, probably about 50, 60 miles behind me. He obviously had it was all on Unicom, so there was no control at Gatwick apart from ground. And this guy obviously had no clue what he was doing, or he wasn't following like arrival chart instructions or anything. So obviously there's me flying at the 220 knots as per the arrival chart, and this guy's flying at me at a rate of probably what 70, 80 knots faster than I was flying.
Yeah.
Then as I turn final, he overtakes me on a tighter turn, and then proceeds to say, "Well, I got here first, so no, you'll have to go around."
Yeah. You just carried on, did you?
No, I then just calmly over the Unicom on voice chat said, Airwego 548 having to go around due to the incompetent EasyJet pilot deciding to land on 08 right without following charts.
That's the way to do it.
And then, then I had about 3 or 4 other pilots private message me saying it's such a shame that there's so many kids playing this that has no idea what they're doing now, and blah blah blah.
It's always been it's always been the same, to be honest.
But on IVO and VetSim, when you used to have to do some kind of training before you could fly, if I remember correctly, right? Before you can actually log on to the network.
Yeah, there's like some basic like multi-choice questions, but it's nothing really chart related.
Nothing you can't Google.
Yeah.
No, okay, of course. No, but I know, like, I didn't fly on VetSim before MSFS, but on IVAO, because for VetSim I thought I actually had to do like a Python license thing before I was able to fly.
Yeah, I mean you got the option to do that, but
it's not required,
not
is it? It's not yeah.
Right.
Lock fuel 9525.
By the way, Steve, the new bots, they can also do some other party tricks.
Yeah, I saw you was playing music with some.
Yeah,
things like that. Yeah. I'll have to look into those more. Work out all the commands.
Yeah, I'll try and make a list of important ones.
Awesome.
What altitude are you guys gonna be cruising at?
I'm 230, sorry.
230.
Nigel's going to do 250. I'm at gate 29 as well.
I'm on gate 31.
Okay. Sorting out my sim roof.
Refuel, that's that done. Right, stick my constraints on, change that to that. BWS on.
Ta-da!
Holy shit, he's alive.
One hour more.
Hello, Andy. How are you? Are you gonna do a flight?
You're so funny.
I know.
I can't even remember how to start the Airbus up now, let alone anything else.
Airbus is just press of a button, right?
Yeah, I just don't know. I don't remember what button.
Yeah.
How are we, gents? All good?
All good,
How
mate.
are you?
Very good, thanks, Andy.
Loving it, mate. Loving it large. I wanted to have a quick chat with Martin, actually. I mean, Steve, sorry, I know you know a lot about Discord, but
no, that's
I'm thinking more on these channels where we can actually not have members posting them.
Yeah,
I know
we can.
I know we can do that with admin rights and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Nigel raised a good point about having a repository of suggested places to visit. Well, if anyone can add to it, then it does become diluted.
Yeah.
And while I understand what Tony was on about yesterday, I just think he went about it the wrong way. I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
I had a chat with Steve as well. Like I know what Tony's aiming for, and he is right that of course you don't have the overview of the forum here. So I was thinking of ways to do that already.
Yeah, well, that's good. If you can get your head around something like that, that'd be great.
I did have a play around today, and I've changed it to VA information now, not just so it was just information. So I put VA at the front of that, and then I've put in there VA recommended websites and non-VA recommended websites. I've put a section in there so to overcome that, hopefully. But you can't move posts, unfortunately, which I did email the guys earlier, Nigel especially. Discord has never had the function where you can move one post from one channel to the other. It's been requested.
Does seem very strange, don't it?
I know, it's been requested many years ago, and even today it's still requested, but they just seem to ignore it, not adding it to the makers. And same with general chat. I've moved that to its own section now, and we've got general chat, VA, non-VA. So yeah. But as you say, I understand what you say about, that's a good idea, not letting people post, and we sort of post it in there on their behalf, maybe, but I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, I know that the forum had its purpose with the help and support system, but we've got help and support on here, and again, I know the majority. We've got to move forward with the times, and I think this is moving forward. As much as I hate Discord. I'm the first to admit it.
Yeah. Martin came out with me and Martin obviously were having a chat last night, and Martin came out with a good idea which I knew about. I just didn't think it would work in this environment, but now getting my head around it and having that chat, I think it'd be a really, really good idea. We can create a ticket system. So if someone has a problem, they can create a ticket, and then one of the admins and mods can have a look at that ticket and then provide an answer to their solution if they've got any problems, things like that. So that's
perfect.
Yeah.
I just wanted to. Don't get me wrong. I understand what Tony's saying. I really do understand what Tony was saying. It's just the way he went about it.
Yeah, definitely.
We made a decision as the crew, and he's not part of the crew. He resigned from the crew, so he had no. I don't know. Was there anything to discuss? We had 2 posts in the forum in 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
And they were for Nigel.
Yeah. I for myself, I like the forums because it has an order, but I perfectly understand, and the last month, like you said, almost 0 posts, so I understand perfect the decision of turning off the forums and changing to only Discord.
I've got to say, I mean, there's an awful lot more people now, a lot more members using Discord than ever used the forum. It's surprised me the way it's like I say, I don't particularly like it. Shut up, Martin. But it's just, it is what it is. It's a comms which we wanted. TS is out the window. It's just old hat now, and it's got the flexibility to grow. So I don't know.
No, but we do have to find something where indeed we can store information in a way that's with a good overview, right? Where you can look back at old messages or old pings. I know we can sticky post, right? But that's not ideal unless in my opinion, it's not ideal. But we'll have to find something for that.
Now, what would be ideal would be a forum-like system, as you could search the forum. Or search the post for relevant. I mean, I did try it last night on here, I stuck a search in for Airbus A320, and I was inundated with stuff. Just, there was just so much of it, and I understand that, but we had exactly the same with the forum on the website. We had no search facility on there. I'd never written it in, didn't intend to, although we did discuss it some time back. But I can't spend 60 hours rewriting something. In fact, it'll probably be double that if I'm honest, because it's never as long as I say it's going to take. It's always longer.
Yeah, definitely.
So Andy, if you look at Discord, right, and in the general chat just above here, you see a room called Test Read Only. If you click on that room or on the channel, can you post something there? You shouldn't, because
no, because I haven't got permissions.
No, exactly. So okay, so. Good.
Yeah, just good. Sorry, Nigel. Hello, mate.
Hello.
I was in the process of answering your email, Nigel, but I saw you online, so I thought I'd come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I tried to sort of say to Tony last night, I do agree with you, but I do support the guys on Discord. It's been a great. I mean, since Steve has, Martin buggered off and left it, but since Steve has come on board, it's been great.
Yeah, exactly. It was a pile of crap when Martin left.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking.
But I still can ban you, Nigel. So, no, don't worry about it.
Who gave you admin rights?
Well, I created the server. Yeah. I was the king of the server. Like I gave it to Richard, but I used to be the king.
I think Richard got his son involved in it, didn't he? I think to do all that.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind, eh? Anyway, anywho.
All ready for Christmas, Andy?
For what?
Humbug.
My grandkids sent me a hat, actually. It's a black Santa hat with humbug written across the front.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's perfect. I stuck that on there because it came from Santa and the elves. It didn't come from them. Duh. One of them's 15. I mean, Christ, he still believes in Santa Claus. 15.
Oh my goodness.
No, he doesn't.
He can't. No,
but he has to for the Littons.
Oh yeah.
So funny. My daughter, she put a picture of her Christmas tree up on Facebook, and I thought, right, okay. Now, we've got 3 trees in the garden. We've got a Nordic fern and a couple of miniature ferns, and I've put lights on them. So I just took a picture of the smallest one, which is about 2 foot tall, with lights on, and sent that to her and said, "Yep, I've done mine." The comments I was getting from her and her mother, unbelievable. And then I sent her a picture of the whole thing, the 7 foot tree behind it. It's just no. But that is it, though. That is my Christmas decorations, and I've only done that because my mum lives here, and she'd be upset if I didn't do something for Christmas. Anyway, where are you off to tonight, fellas?
Yeah, Voss, I believe.
A bit of Greek.
Yeah, little Greek short hop.
I've got no external power.
I have.
So you don't know that problem when you don't fly.
You're not showing up in an Airwego library even for me, Ben, for some reason.
No, neither is anyone else for me. But they'll only do that if it's the VATSIM.
No, I should do it in LightSim as well.
The
normal group.
To be using the AIG.
You're in an AirAsia for me.
Yeah, that's what Roberto is in for me at the end.
Yeah.
And whoever's directly next to me is in the British Airways.
Well, I've got Sunspots next to me. Who's next to me?
I'm in the Sunspot.
Yeah. I have no power to the aircraft.
Oh.
That's alright. Just
That's bizarre.
fire up the APU, mate. Be alright. Just turn the batteries on. Yeah, turn the batteries on. You're doing the fly-by-wire thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, just turn the batteries on and then
there we go.
hit the APU, and then APU will come online. Hit the. Then away you go.
Oh, guys,
not in sim yet.
There's something else for you to moan about as well. I updated all the images in Crew Center above the menu. I've updated all 30 of those today.
Yeah, I've seen that. They look much better. They look nice.
You stole them from the Discord.
Yes, I did say I was going to do that, and I have credited everyone with the images.
Smart. Looks good.
Copywriting, yeah.
We had some copyright issues.
I was annoyed yesterday by something when I was on the website. Like I just had to nitpick on something. I gotta find it again.
Oh, please do, Martin. You know I enjoy that.
Second. Yeah, I know. Because you know I'm right, and then you're gonna fix it. Let me see. Where this?
Well, it must be really bad then.
No, it's not bad at all. It's just something that's not aligned properly.
Something that's not aligned?
Oh yeah, if you go to... What is it? Come on, was it News Hub? Okay. Yeah, go to News Hub.
Yes.
And then you have few ops update, few notems, and few featured route.
Yes.
Yeah, the notems. Yeah.
It's ugly that the 3 green buttons aren't the same size.
Oh no, it's because there's different writing in the buttons.
Yeah, but like you just center it. You make the buttons the same size, and then you center everything. You don't want like, let's say you open up a program. Like even though the OK button, OK is only 2 letters, it's still the same size as the cancel button, right? It's aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, now you've mentioned that, it's brought on my OCD now, and I agree with you, Martin.
You see, and it should be an easy fix, 2-3 hours, right?
I don't know.
Which means 12 in brackets.
Yeah.
Yeah, 12 in brackets. Yeah. You take the figure I give you and then multiply it by 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I might look at that one day.
I know. Put it on your list. Do I need to make a Trello board for you where I can just put everything I see on, and then you can, like a proper software developer?
Cabin crew, prepare for boarding.
A proper software developer? Nah, definitely not. I started a project about 18 months ago, didn't I, Nigel? I just haven't got on with it. I've got absolutely nowhere with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe 2022.
Yeah. So,
mind you saying that, Nigel, there's several companies popped up now, isn't there, that are doing like online stuff for VAs?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Bound to happen, wasn't it, really?
Yeah, with Microsoft coming
Cabin
back to
crew,
the fore, yeah.
boarding complete.
Sorry, Martin, you was going to say?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your Captain Roberto speaking. First, I'd like to welcome to our Airwego flag.
Well
I
done.
would kindly ask you to take your seats as we are preparing for prompt departure.
Before I got
traveling with us today, and we hope you enjoy your flight. Señores pasajeros, les habla su capitán Roberto. En primer lugar, me gustaría darles la bienvenida a bordo de Airwego. Les pedimos amablemente que tomen asiento mientras que preparamos el vuelo. Queremos agradecerle por viajar con nosotros el día de hoy y esperemos que disfruten de su vuelo.
Exactly.
I'm waiting for my booster, actually. I've got to get that sorted out.
In your age, you're still waiting? I thought
thank you, Martin.
ages 80 of above was like from the start already.
Well, I was booked in to go a couple of weeks back, but then we went to rescue a dog, so I didn't get my jab done, so, and they haven't contacted me back, so I've got to contact them.
Right, well, I'm going to depart from 3-4.
Axiom. Well, pushing back, sorry. How are you getting on, Roberto?
5 minutes to get everything okay.
Cool. Ben?
Yes, mate?
How are you getting on, alright?
Yeah, getting there. Just waiting for the passengers to board.
There goes Nigel.
And bang goes Nigel.
Yeah.
That's crashed to death.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I just watched your aircraft
disappear. Yeah, I did, yeah.
Are you flying on MSFS, Nigel?
Yeah.
Does MSFS still crash the desktop?
It does,
sometimes.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I think, to be fair, only with this incredible piece of freeware, but it's still buggy as hell, even though it's free.
I would have hoped or thought that Microsoft would have fixed that. I mean, that CTD should be something of like FSX and 32-bit software programming, not this day and age. Even
you got to open it. They never fixed it with FSX.
Yeah.
Sorry?
They never fixed it with FSX.
No,
did they?
I know. So that's why I would expect, like, at least fix that if I do a 12-hour flight and then when I'm on final, I don't want to CTD.
That literally happened to me a couple months ago.
Yeah, that's one of the main reasons I stopped flying.
I did Heathrow to China, and literally as I established on the localizer, the whole thing crashed.
No.
I thought you stopped flying, Martin, because she was crap at it.
Well, also maybe you're a bit right. But...
So you're on an enforced holiday then, Martin. That's nice, that, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I was actually 3 weeks off because the company, like I'm a consultant, but the customer company sends all the consultants home for 3 weeks during Christmas, and then I have to do work for my actual employee, but he doesn't have work for me. So I actually have 3 weeks off, but it's not the way I planned for now, at least. So yeah, 3 weeks holiday is good, but could have been better if it wasn't stuck in the room. But the food gets delivered to the door, so that's good.
Yeah, nice, eh?
Evening, Richard.
Hello, everybody. We all
Hi,
okay?
good evening, Richard.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. You've never got Andy flying, have you, in here?
That's the second joke I've heard in here tonight.
Did you get that? Did you get that one out of a cracker?
I think it's. Yeah, I've probably got a few crackers lying around as with the same date on Andy last flew. I think 2019 was it?
Yeah, it was 2019. Yeah, it was.
Something like that. I just thought I'd pop in anyway and say hello, being pre-Christmas, and see how everybody was.
Yeah, all good.
Yeah, a little bit of drama yesterday, but seems to have calmed down.
Yeah, we had a little touch on it, but yeah, there's plans afoot between Steve and Martin to try and alleviate some of those issues.
Yeah, I mean, I think myself, I'm not quite sure exactly how Discord works or what exactly you can do with it, but yeah, I think you're very well.
Just ask your son.
I should have do, shouldn't I? I should just get him to come and sit with me for 10 minutes and show me a few tricks, but the tidy up Steve's done this afternoon looks to be a good start on where we need to go with it. So
definitely.
Yeah, it's all good. So I think you're in the Greek Isles this evening, aren't you? Is it Corfu to Skiathos?
Yes, that's correct. Yep.
But that weather's glorious there, isn't it, compared to the soggy UK at the
No,
moment?
not a cloud in sight on live weather.
Lovely. That's probably the only blue sky you will see for the next 4 months. You okay, Martin?
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, well, yeah. I have COVID and I'm in self-isolation, but I'm fine. Like, except for that, I'm fine. So
as long as you're well, yeah. It's what's the rules in the Netherlands? Is it sort of 7 days as it is?
Yeah, minimum of 7 days in self-isolation, and then if you're symptom-free for at least 24 hours, then you can leave self-isolation.
That's good. Oh, when does your isolation end? Is it this side of Christmas, or is it?
It's hopefully Friday. That's the minimum of well, that's not even the minimum of 7 days, but that's 5 days. But I need to go and have Christmas, but of course only if the symptoms are away. So
yeah, of course. Oh, Ben, hi Ben. I'm not
Hey
supposed
there,
to,
Richard.
Yeah, I think we've pinged a lot of messages back and forth.
Yeah, I think you was in the voice chat at the very first event I ever flew. However many weeks ago that was.
Oh well, yeah, it's been a while since I've got myself on here on a Wednesday evening, so.
Yeah.
I saw there was a crowd gathering, so I thought there might be a free drink in it for me somewhere, but no one's offered yet.
We're just sitting there waiting for you to come in to offer.
Oh yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, should be the VA Christmas party, shouldn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I wish there was a way to expedite the boarding of passengers though. This is taking forever.
You could go into the flypad and make it instant.
Can you?
Oh, is this the fly-by-wire?
Yes.
Yeah. I only discovered that trick last week.
I'm sat here
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the crew, I ask that you please direct your attention to the monitors above as we review the emergency procedures.
Realism.
There are 6
Boarding time, you can have it fast, real, or instant.
Take a minute to locate the exit closest to you. Note that the nearest exit may be behind you. Count the number of rows to this exit. Should the cabin experience sudden pressure loss, stay calm and listen for instructions from the cabin crew. Oxygen masks will drop down from above your seat. Place the mask over your mouth and nose like this. Pull the strap to tighten it. If you are traveling with children, make sure that your own mask is on first before helping your children. In the unlikely event of an emergency landing and evacuation, leave your carry-on items behind. Life rafts are located below your seats, and emergency lighting will lead you to your closest exit and slide. We ask that you make sure that all carry-on luggage is stowed away safely during the flight. While we wait for takeoff, please take a moment to review the safety data card in the seat pocket in front of you.
I don't think I've said hello to Nigel. Hello, Nigel.
Evening.
Are you okay?
Yes, not too bad, thank you. Ah yes, I can see you blocked me in. Yeah. Oh well, I'll just start up here and taxi over the grass. It can take the weight, can't it?
I don't know if you guys are aware, by the way, but the AV bot next to like Metar and ATIS, it can also give charts if you ask for it. It'll give you a link to a website.
Oh, nice.
With a lot of information, and then the bottom of the website contains all the charts.
Could you do me a favour then? Above the AvBot, in the Metabot channel, could you do an information one that's locked, and then put all the commands in there so people know?
Well, there's a pinned message.
Oh, brilliant! Right,
already
cool.
With all the commands.
Ah, cool. Cheers, Martin.
Brilliant, Martin. That.
We're also adding a ticketing system, Richard. So if anyone has got any, rather than just post a lot of messages in the channels, they can create a ticket for a problem they're having, and then one of the admins can see that and then respond to it.
Brilliant. Yeah, that's super. Thank you, Martin. Thank you, Stevie. That's like something you get with I don't know, Aerosoft or Just Flight or something, isn't it? You get that.
Yeah. I knew it was there. I just didn't want to add it yet because I didn't think we didn't have the people to use it. To be honest with you, but now we have turned off the forums. I think it'll be a very, very useful tool. So.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of registered users on Discord.
Yeah.
Probably get 20, 25 different users over a week or so.
Definitely.
I was just going somewhere then to do something with them. There we go. There it is. Oh, I'm gonna have a look at this. Was it Nora a few days ago posted about this Riku 787 package?
Right. For FSX and P3D, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's better than the one we've got at the moment, he says. So.
Yeah, it uses the same 2D panel by Graham Munro, which is really quite feature-rich for freeware. But if you've got a VC with that, then you quids in with it.
Yeah, definitely.
Knowing Riku is going to take 3 days to download unless you want to subscribe to them, so set it going. Sound of concentration there.
I'm ready to taxi when everyone else is.
Yeah, I'll push back after you guys have passed.
Give me 2 minutes and I'm ready to taxi.
No problem. Yeah, I loved last night with Ben when he had that go around. His aircraft in X-Plane was tried to make its own action, didn't it? Tried to
because the TCAS works perfectly.
Yeah,
so it screened traffic at me and then took me around on the go around automatically.
That's crazy. I know Fly by Wire are going to be looking into their TCAS. I hope they do something like that, which it should be.
I still can't believe that guy.
I know, ridiculous.
Is this the tallest product then?
That is, yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
I'm pretty sure it's the apart from obviously the Phoenix that's currently in development for MSFS, I'm pretty sure it's the nearest study level, or nearest to a study level Airbus A3 product on the market.
Even Aerosoft, would you say then? Have you tried the Aerosoft one?
No.
No, I haven't for a few years.
It sounds better than the Aerosoft, but it's quite systems limited in a way. The Aerosoft products, I think it's not designed to be, that to that level of detail.
Yeah, I mean the Tollis, I mean it holds. They're automatically all programmed in the MUC straight away, so you literally hit a button and it's job done. VNav works perfectly up and down. Yeah, it's a going from flying that to then coming onto here and flying the fly-by-wire. It makes you realise how far behind this is, if that makes sense. Not in a bad way, but obviously there's a lot of work to go and they're working on it. But
me and Nigel are having a race. He's winning.
Oh, I can go now. Right, cool.
Don't forget to push your chrono button.
Yeah. As I have done for the last 10 flights. Forgot, that is. Yeah, you can just cut in front of me, Nigel. I don't mind.
No, I'm.
Go on, mate.
Oh, I see. Yes, over my right shoulder. I thought that was. I thought that was you in front. That must be Roberto. Well,
yeah,
there's no
Roberto.
room down the end of that runway. There's only
no, so we're gonna have to wait for him to take off and
turn
then taxi.
round. Yeah. Yep. How much is left from the intersection? Not enough. Oh, I don't know. We're not very full. I might try going from the intersection.
Good luck.
Yeah, full power. I haven't got much fuel.
Is this out of Corfu, Nigel? Corfu's the origin.
Yeah, it's the main Corfu airport. There's another. They've got another one as well, but I think it's the old international one. This is the newer one. I've sailed into Corfu on a lovely 2-week sailing holiday. I'm disappointed I haven't heard Roberto's dog.
Yeah.
Happily kick mine if you like, Nigel.
Wondering what all that chitter chatter was, and I realised I've got FS Realistic running in the background.
The sounds of FS Realistic are awesome.
Yeah, they are.
They are, yeah.
Not heard of FS Realistic. Is it like passenger sounds and?
Yeah, passenger sounds. It has a bit of head shake on takeoff and landing in turbulence. Improves the sound of the engines, the sound of wind shear, the sound of wind hitting the aircraft, etc.
Nobody in the runway?
Negative.
Right.
You're cleared to take off, mate.
Clear to take off. Mantoga SRS. 80 knots. V1, rotate. Runway vacated.
Entering and lining up. What's the worst that can happen?
Well, where do I start?
I think a Chinaman said that at the beginning of last year when he was eating bat soup.
That does look very short from here.
Does, yeah.
What's wrong with you? Airspeed alive. Straighten it up. Come on, Nigel, straighten it up. And rotate. Plenty of runway. Plenty of runway. Well, not really.
Nah.
I'm going down to the end.
Oh my.
Nigel, a question. What does A.floor means on the...
Alpha floor.
Alpha floor means that you're going probably too slow, and so it doesn't know what to do, so it's gone into its max power to try and keep you airborne, but you need to sort it out.
Yeah. You may as well have got your flaps still down. I get that a lot if I forget to put my flaps up.
Roberto, if you take your throttles back to idle, disengage the auto throttle. back to CL to climb. I should fix it for you. And push the nose down, I think, at the same time, just to, so you don't lose too much airspeed. Nigel, have you taken off from sort of taxiway Alpha 1? Have you?
Yeah, from the intersection, yeah. I've only got light fuel weight, flaps. I would go flaps 2, just to reduce your VR a bit more. Max toga power. Hold it on the brakes till you've got max power, and then let it go, and you'll just hit the undershoot when you rotate. Perfectly safe.
You've still got 1,500 meters of runway there, haven't you?
Well, I was actually in, there's a runway extension there with the arrows on, which you can use for takeoff if you're using the other end.
Yeah.
If you see what I mean. Yeah, that's the runway extension to give you extra takeoff runway. I was actually in that when I
pull up.
when I rotated, but it was fine. Passengers didn't know.
Burn it. Lining up.
Have you sorted your alpha flow problem, Roberto?
I guess that's a no, Richard.
Yeah, I think he's concentrated.
Yeah.
He's ahead of me and still climbing, so I think he must be alright.
It's a positive sign, he's still climbing.
Oh god. V1, rotate. Clear runway.
It's going to be interesting. I've got a flex temp and everything set rather than toga, so I wonder if it'll make it.
What, from the intersection?
No, from the
from the end. Yeah, it'll make it from the end. It's not that hot, so you'll be alright. You definitely wouldn't make a flex takeoff from the intersection.
No. Especially based on watching you do it.
Yeah. That was entertaining. I've never been so glad to see the VR arrow appear.
See your eyes flicking from the window.
That's it, yeah.
You do those calculations FMC makes. Speed sometimes you can see again. Are you sure?
I've got a Excel spreadsheet that calculates where the value is normally higher than what the default is. I posted it in Discord. Where it's gone, I can tell you.
Probably added it on to.
Yeah, this is exactly what I mean. We need a nice repository in Discord where you can go and say, that was a very use, because then when people join, they can go to that place and even just casually scroll through, going, oh yeah, that's very interesting.
I think the only way around it, sorry to jump in on you there, Nigel, is if people post interesting stuff, admins can have another channel where they can then copy that link of what they've posted, put it in somewhere where no one else can type in. I think that's the only way. Yeah, the only way around it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting at, really.
Yeah, definitely.
Tony did have a point. You don't want to go wading through tons of non-relevant chat to find a gem.
Definitely.
That's correct.
Yeah, I think the same, but normally the important questions that kind of are on the support chats, and there is almost no chat not relation in that section. So I don't know.
I think it's just admins. You know, I didn't want to do it really, but like if people start talking in a help channel about just general stuff, it's sort of telling them, look, this is not the channel for this. Go to general chat, non-VA or VA. That's where to discuss this, and then sort of unfortunately delete their post till I think, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what you eventually need to do as get moderators, and so that's indeed what you need to do, because else it's going to be a mess, because people, and it's of course always happens, because there's always a kind of worms to be opened, right, when you're talking about something. So, but indeed, then you have to be straight, like, guys, for regular chat, please go to this. So the help channel is only for help questions. The VA screenshots, I would even go as far as saying the screenshots page or should only be able to post screenshots and people reacting on those, but not actual sentences or links. Yeah,
just emojis, emoji reactions. Yeah,
I don't know if it's possible to do that, but
it is. Yeah.
Okay. So, like, there's still some optimization that we can do with this. We'll
definitely
sit down for it.
Sensible.
Oh, by the way, maybe someone else has a good idea. Like, we now have a robot or bot that's when somebody joins the server, we send over a personal message to them, like in their direct messages. I've now called it Robot Steve, but maybe someone has a better name, or if everyone's okay with Robot Steve, I'll leave it as Robot Steve.
Robot AWG.
Welcome Robot.
I think AWG would just be, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I can do that. That's good. It's now called Airwego.
Awesome. You airborne, Ben?
I am, mate, yep.
Awesome. What runway is it saying for landing? Let's have a look. LGSK. All runways good for landing or takeoff. That helps.
I've set up for 01.
Yeah. 01. It's like San Martin runway.
Yeah.
Very short.
5,300 feet. Yes. Don't look it, but
1,600 meters or something.
Yeah, 1,628.
So definitely a Toga takeoff then on the brakes.
Yeah.
Smooth.
You and me both. Can't wait.
Yeah, me too. Just
what star are you using? Because you've got 2 stars, and we can use.
Vico 1 Charlie.
1 Charlie. You doing approach via SKP or no vias?
Via SKP, yeah.
Yeah, cool. That's all in. Check for any discontinuities. I can say that word now. Yeah. Trouble saying it.
It's a tough word to say.
Yeah.
Which star are you doing? Sig 1 Charlie?
Vico 1 Charlie.
Ah. And the approach with the NDB DME01?
Yeah.
Yeah.
SKP transition?
That's the one.
Okay.
Log off without waiting for this download to complete, but it's going to be a good 45 minutes, so no point in watching the progress bar. So enjoy your Christmases and New Year, everybody.
Thanks, Richard. Thanks you and your family.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you,
Richard.
Yeah, see you all soon. And
see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Happy, safe landings, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Round of applause, thank you very much.
You fixed the buttons?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's better. Nice, good job.
Well, you see, Andy, was I right or was I right? Just
you have a point sometimes.
Yeah, I know.
I'm pleased I've done it because it's been bugging me for ages.
Did I go through the website again and see if I can have more stuff?
Yeah, jingle bells, fill your socks, mate. Right, I'm dropping off too. Time for dinner.
Okay. See you later, mate.
See you later.
Have a good Christmas if I don't speak to you. You and your family.
Yeah, and you guys, have a good one. Jingle bells and all that. Humbug.
Humbug, humbug. Humbug, humbug.
See ya.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Roger. I've even considered, actually, I'm going to take a picture of my hat and I'm going to put it on here as my image.
Yes, excellent.
Speak to you all later, guys. Have a good one.
Cheers, Andy. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's the thing I did actually. I created 2 emojis, Airwego emojis. They look very small. You can't really recognise them.
I saw it looking in the settings. It was really cool. Yeah.
It's just the logo and the star, the compass. Sorry.
Yeah, no, very good. I mean, I had no clue how to do that, so I was surprised that they were in there.
I only did it a few days ago, but I thought they looked small, so I didn't really swing and shout about it. But miles to top of descent. Get down to 4,000. 60 miles. Computer's telling me. Destination data. H1027.
I need to drop as well, guys. Sorry.
No worries, Martin.
Catch you later, mate.
Catch you later.
Stop scenes, Martin. Stop scenes.
Bye bye.
See you later.
And starting my descent.
Right, I'm looking at the approach chart to get the decision height, and all I can see is MD8.
Minimum decision altitude, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which chart are you using?
There is no ILS, so it's only one decision.
Approach on Navigraph. I'm using approach runway 01. It's 16-1.
So what you've got there is you're using a locator, which is a low-powered NDB.
Right.
So it's non-precision.
Right.
So you won't have a very low decision height. And the reason why Skiathos doesn't have decision heights, it has decision altitudes, is because it's at sea level anyway, so there ain't no difference. So a decision height is the same as decision altitude.
Right, got you.
There's about 9 feet difference in it. So you've got an MDA minimum descent altitude of 1,600 and a minimum descent height of 1,591 feet. So I'd go for Barrow of 1,600.
Cool.
And if you haven't seen the runway at 1,600, then good luck, because you're probably never going to see it. Doesn't matter how many go-arounds you do, it ain't going to get any clearer.
It's this sort of information I love, you know, and it stays in as well. It's, you know what I mean? It's great. All about learning. Yeah, because you haven't even got an option to put in a radio.
No,
you've only got the barrow option.
Yeah. Well, it's not worth it because there's no difference really.
Yeah.
And it's a non-precision anyway, so there's no RNAV, so it might not even give you vertical guidance. So you'll have to do what's called a dive and drive, which is you descend to the minimum descent altitude, and then you level off hunting for the runway until you reach your missed approach, and then you go around. So it's called a dive and drive, which I hate doing. And I prefer to work my descent out so that I hit the missed approach at 1,600.
Cool.
Bit turbulent over these mountains.
Yeah. What do you do, guys, for New Year?
It's my birthday, so I get drunk.
Even it isn't.
My birthday's Boxing Day, which is the 26th of December. For people that don't know what Boxing Day is.
It's my 29th this year.
My 49th.
Only a short 30 years ahead of me.
You youthful, juvenistic childs. Transition altitude is 4,000.
Yeah.
Well, looking at my ND, the picture is truly bizarre for this approach. So I think I might have to jump in and do it manually. I'm ready to take over.
Yeah, it looks a bit mucked up. So was my departure, to be honest.
Yeah, the same thing, mate. Yeah,
it
was.
Yeah.
I mean, it flew it okay. It just looked a right old mess.
See, it took me much further west than the charts.
Oh, okay.
So I did a direct to sort it out.
Yeah.
If anyone fancies it after this flight, you fancy doing some carrier ops with them two things from like some TO. Yeah,
I'll have to download it.
Yeah, no props. Fancy a bit of that, Nigel?
I won't have time, but I've done quite a bit. Military VA I fly with.
There's a US Enterprise carrier, and it's got all the takeoffs, the people on the deck that tell you when to take off. The catapult works.
Wow, fantastic.
The tail hook works with the landing.
Yeah, no, I had to do a full because it's a VATSIM, Special Operations VA.
Oh, cool.
You have to do all the training you can.
Right.
You can't go on VATSIM without it if you're in a military Special Operations VA. So I did lots of starting in the T-45 Hawk. They call it Goshawk, but it's really our Hawk made for a carrier. Starting with all of that, and then working your way up to the F-18, and then sidestepped into the F-35 for the HMS Queen Elizabeth carrier ops, which are dead easy, really. You just hover and land it. But the F-18 is getting it on the carrier was just such fun.
Definitely.
I started flying with game James Navy fighters.
Oh yeah.
And it was cool. The landing on the carriers was the most difficult part of the missions.
Yeah.
But it was very cool. And the carriers were moving, not like this one in Flying Simulator. It's static. They were moving, so it was really cool. Yeah.
That's right. The ones in TACPAC move as well. So they're moving, and it's just such a laugh. Yeah, it really is. Once you're in the groove, once you've done it, you've got the circuit pattern, and you know what your throttle settings are. It's pretty much the same every time, but it's just getting there. That's all. It's getting there. Steve, I put Sky Demon VFR plan and a blog.
I've seen it.
Your private message, So we'll have a chat around that whenever you want.
No problems.
It's the route I do for when I want to do my instrument flying practice.
Oh yeah.
So I have a safety pilot. My mate comes as a safety pilot.
Yeah.
So we're VFR, but we do it following the GPS and the VOR. But you can also do it visually.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. Look at that. Cheers for that.
And there's no wind on the plug, so I've generated it with no wind. Which means you can use them every single time. You just have to adjust for the wind yourself.
Got ya.
Which is what you do in real life anyway, because it's never what they say it's going to be.
Yeah. Nice. You see the F-35s at all, Nigel, going to Lakenheath? For real.
Yeah, I've seen some pictures. A friend of mine posted some pictures. Yeah,
I watched it live on YouTube.
They've had them at Marham for a long time. I'm at 4,000 feet.
I've just started my descent.
Roberto seems to be a lot higher.
Yep, but I'm going to
dive.
Turn. No, to make a big turn.
Okay.
I'm in the correct altitude of my path, set it on the nav map.
Okay.
So I think it will be okay. Because I'm doing the SKP transition.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, I'm going to SKP, and the initial fix, the initial approach fix is 4,000 feet at SKP.
Yeah.
Then you turn left, head into Tom 990P. Yeah. An FQ01. No, FQ01, sorry.
Yeah.
That was another plane. That was.
Yeah, actually, you can come outbound on SKP on a radial.
Mm-hmm.
You can come outbound on the 203 radial for 10 miles and then turn in.
Yeah.
If you wanted to do it the old-fashioned way.
Got someone on that sim that's landing shortly there.
Yeah. It's the second one. One have landed a couple of minutes ago.
All right.
Cool.
How long is the runway? 4,000. No, it's
not. What's the word you're looking for?
5,280 feet. So auto brake low. To standard 3030 at UNH.
$2,500.
Final.
1,000.
Are the real puppy lights brighter than the ones in MSFS?
No, generally not. Although when it's crap, when it's bad weather and misty and murky, they do cut through. But you tend to rely upon the leading lights, the lead-in strobes. That's what you'll see first. So the pappies aren't quite. You can get some called high-intensity approach lights, and they cut through quite nicely.
500. 400. 300.
And the bottom of the Navigraph plate tells you what sort of lighting the airfield has, approach lighting it has, and how many lights, so you can count them.
40, 30, 20, 10, 5.
Not so bad.
Pretty cool. I'm flying over the top of the airfield and I can see Roberto taxiing off of the runway.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And I'm on final. Yeah. You do normally see the pappies a bit better than this though. These are a bit low powered, aren't they?
Yeah. They are almost unfunctional.
Yeah, well they're not too bad. They're not too bad.
Maybe because I was used to the FSX puppy lights that you see.
Yeah, like you could see them like 10 miles away.
Yeah. You were departure and you almost see the lights.
I'm going around.
Too high?
No, I turned in too sharp. I did a direct to because it was taking me well away from FQ01, but then it turned in too soon.
We're currently flying downwind.
I'm clear of the active.
Turning final.
You go too far for the picture, Nigel.
I couldn't find you, so I was looking. You're in the woods. I haven't got updated scenery, so you're in the woods. Oh my god.
I download a free one.
Yeah.
There's a free one. It's very good on Flight Sim. .2.
Yeah, I can see you now. You're in the woods. That's why I couldn't find you.
So I will go where you are. You have to point to the little island and then turn to the runway. That's the best way to approach, I think.
And I am down. And runway vacated.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the crew, I ask that you please direct your attention to the monitors above as we review the emergency procedures. There are 6 emergency exits on this aircraft. Take a minute to locate the exit closest to you. Note that the nearest exit may be behind you. count the number of rows to this exit. Should the cabin experience sudden pressure loss, stay calm and listen for instructions from the cabin crew. Oxygen masks will drop down from above your seat. Place the mask over your mouth and nose like this. Pull the strap to tighten it. If you are traveling with children, make sure that your own mask is on first before helping your children. In the unlikely event of an emergency landing and evacuation, leave your carry-on items behind. Life rafts are located below your seats, and emergency lighting will lead you to your closest exit and slide. We ask that you make sure that all carry-on luggage is stowed away safely during the flight. While we wait for takeoff, please take a moment to review the safety data card in the seat pocket in front of you.
Yeah, it's quite the landing and approach, that, isn't it?
It's good, isn't it? It's a nice one.
Yeah. It's just suggested by James, this was. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it tonight due to work. Yeah.
That's a shame.
Yeah, he's lost in action from a month ago, I think.
He's got a new job, driving buses, and he has been messaging me quite frequently, privately. Yeah, he's on the buses at the moment, so he's got a rotor he's just getting any old. He hasn't got a fixed rotor yet, so he's just going into work and he's just getting told to do this job, this job, this job. He doesn't know where he is at the moment. So. Oh, I'm well off the runway here. Jesus. This is not good.
Looks alright.
Does for me, yeah.
A little bit to the...
A little bit to the left, yeah. Trying to straighten it up now. No.
Perfect.
It's alright. Not great, but I got it down safely.
Yeah. Yeah, you've used all the runway. You got your money's worth out of that landing fee.
Oh my goodness! I'll take a screenshot of where I stopped. That was everything. Maximum brakes, brake fans on, auto throttle.
Yeah, you're almost on the fence.
I'll show you exactly where I stopped. Did you get a recording of that?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
shit!
Not the last part. Not the last part. I had in a photo.
Where are we? Events. There we are. Right. This is where
I. Just touching with the nose in the.
That's it. Look. That's my view.
Oh my word! Yeah.
Oh.
You don't have a fence, but in my scenery you have a fence just in front of you.
Yeah, I did download the scenery that Ben suggested, unfortunately. That's right. Let's get to taxi now. Let's set up that off. Landing lights off, taxi on. Boilers down. There we go.
You should actually leave your landing lights and strobe on whilst you're on the runway.
Oh, still on the runway, is it? Okay.
Yeah, once you turn off the runway, then you can put your transponder to standby and your taxi lights on. And in some places, your strobe's off. Some places say you keep your strobes on until you park. But generally, I turn them off when I've left the runway. Only because they make a weird... I mean, Ben's probably heard it. They make a weird whooping noise in your headset if you're in a GA aeroplane.
They do indeed.
They go whoop, 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 and you can hear it all the bloody time.
And it drives you mad.
It does. The first time I heard it, Ben, I imagined like you, the first time I heard it, it was in an aeroplane I picked up years ago. First one I ever flew that had strobes. And I flicked them on, and then when I got to just past the hold, I heard this whoop, and I thought, Christ, there's a warning. What's this warning?
That's pretty much exactly what I relayed to my instructor at the time.
I stood on the brakes and just sat between the hold and the runway, checking everything, and the tower was like, everything all right? And I was saying, I think I've got a warning horn, but I'm not sure. So anyway, I ignored it because everything else was fine. And then once you take off, you can't hear it because the engine noise. And then it never stopped until I turned them off when I left the runway, and I went,
all makes sense now.
Horrible noise.
No room for me.
Yeah, just come down where I am, mate. I think
I was going to say, right next to me, this Swiss Air 320 is hovering in mid-air, mate, so you can literally go underneath it.
Oh, yeah. It's the sunspots for me, yeah.
Yeah, I posted a video of your landing.
Oh, thanks.
Oh yeah, I'm outside in the car park.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
This scenery is nice.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I've got the Orbex Skiathos.
And even has some people on the fence and at the start of the runway, just like St. Martin.
Oh right, underneath that. Yeah.
I'm not sure why this one's hovering in mid-air though, but yeah.
Oh, your video my landing looks better than it did sat in the cockpit. Honestly, I was way left, and I literally,
it looks super nice in person.
Yeah, lovely there. I think I'll edit my video and add your.
Yeah.
I have recorded mine. I've recorded the whole flight, so.
Yeah, bang on the middle of the runway in that video.
Yeah. You wait till you see mine when I post. It's different when you sat in the cockpit. A lot different. Oh dear.
Right, let's be disconnected. So are you going to...
There's some carrier ops, I think, if everyone's still okay to do that. Yeah.
Do you want to quickly go through your screenshots?
Yeah. Definitely.
So the bottom one...
The pink magenta flight plan.
Yeah. So that's saying that we leave Little Shelford and then we head over towards a microlight site called Hinderclay Meadows,
yeah.
which is just a little strip in the field. And then from there we head out to Southwold towards Halesworth, town of Halesworth, and then we turn down towards past Crowfield, past Monden, and then there's an intersection there that we use, but you wouldn't have to. And then we just track the VOR into Clacton, out of Clacton to the south of Colchester, and then come back.
Back up to Hayville, and into that.
Now, there's a nice bit of sticky out Stansted airspace there, which you have to drop down below.
Okay.
And you can see if you come in too much, it's down to 1,500.
Yeah.
So you've got to be a bit careful there. So that's the route. And if you plot that on little nav map, then you'll be able to see features that you would use for tracking. The top one is a plug that you would print out or keep, so you can just annotate it.
Okay.
And that tells you the MSA, the minimum safety altitude, and then the level I plan to fly it at, the airspeed I plan to fly it at, the track it needs. Yep. And then it would give you the wind if you could be bothered to put the wind in, or it does it automatically actually in SkyDemon. And then that's the magnetic heading you would like to see on your compass or heading indicator. What your ground speed would be, what the distance is, and how long that leg would take you.
Right. Yeah.
So that's
awesome.
And then that's the thing you would keep up to date with. You'd add your times. There's a bit missing, but you would add your times to it and say that's the actual time I got here. Yeah. So you can see when you get to, that's called Intersection Tuzla.
Yeah.
When you get to Tuzla, you're then going to change heading to 0, call it 090.
Yeah.
And it's going to be 10 minutes. So turn time in talk. And then that's it.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to add this as an event. Going to be obviously next year after March, because I'm up to March now.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you want to do a proper VFR mapping compass thing, I'll set one up so we can do it in the 152s or 172s, and then we can just do it visually, because you can do that in MSFS. You can fly visually, so we'll do
you know how can you practice also fly the bush trips that came in Microsoft?
Yeah, they're really good. They're really good.
To do those, I've not really looked into doing those.
Yep, they're good. So so we can do that, and you can do it without loading a flight plan, because there's no point. You just use the stopwatch, which is built into the nav log, or you can just have another stopwatch. And then we'll do a proper VFR thing.
Yeah,
we could even go back to Fenland, mate. We could go up to the Wash, and then back into Fenland for those that remember.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that'd be good.
We'll get James on it again.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, guys, I'm going to disconnect.
Thanks for that, Nigel. Appreciate it, mate. Again, as per usual, I love your knowledge.
Excellent.
Brilliant.
Righty-ho. Oh, one thing I forgot to say. I think in the fly-by-wire A320 that they've modelled the joystick setting, the side stick setting.
Yeah, so tiller works now.
Yeah, not just the tiller. When you rotate, if you rotate to the flight director for the pitch bar on the flight director.
Yeah.
Yep, and then take your hand off.
Right. Yeah, hold it.
It'll hold. No, it won't hold it. It'll do what it needs to do without you engaging the autopilot.
Oh, right.
So it'll keep the correct pitch as you raise the gear and sort the flaps out, which is what the real thing does.
Wow.
So they just hit. I think they hit 15 degrees pitch is their cue. They hit 15 degrees pitch and then take their hand off.
And it just holds it while you do all the other things.
Yeah, it just sorts itself out as you're climbing, and then you eventually put the autopilot on. Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, I think it's modelled in the fly-by-wire. It certainly seemed to work tonight because I was a bit busy.
Awesome. I'll give that a go. Yeah. Definitely.
Right. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, Nigel.
Cheers, Nigel.
Bye.
Have a good Christmas, you and your family.
Yeah, and you guys. Yeah. Cheers.
Merry Christmas.
Awesome. I love Nigel. You know, his knowledge is just it fascinates me, and I love actually doing it real. You know, I'm not one for sticking to realism, but with flight, I'm trying to now. You know, because Microsoft Flight seems so capable of it.
I want to practice with him more VOR. So
definitely.
Not confident.
Yeah, same here. You know, that's why I asked him all the questions tonight. It's just, you know, I'll send you these files that he sent me as well, then, Roberto, so you can look at them, so you know what he was talking about. Let me save those. Or can I drag them?